Hey everybody, it's Cody Dixon RC again, coming back at you with something. Of course, we just saw the chassis comparison with the Enduro. What we're going to talk about this time is a difference in chassis completely. So what I have here in front of me is the Enduro Element RC Enduro kit, the builder's kit, and I have a Axial Racing Scx10.2 chassis kit, not the builder's kit, but the kit that you get the Cherokee body with, the original one with the LCG transmission. And of course, this is the Traxxas Trx-4. I do not have this in kit form, so this is just going to have to do for now. I don't think the kit comes with really anything any different than what is in the RTR except for electronics. So basically what we're going to do is just look at all three, give the differences in each three, and then go from there. So first off, I'm not gonna involve the Trx-4 yet because it's new and it's massively different than these other two here. So the Element and the Axial both have very, very similar very similar things happening here. Battery in the front, chassis mounted servo. They've kind of positioned it in a different spot. Well, actually the servo's in kind of the same spot. They just build it a little bit differently with where they put the battery at. Transmission is similar. The difference is the 10.2 kit trans is different as far as the height of it goes. It is a lot lower. You get a little bit lower. It's more lower center of gravity is what you get. It puts it all down a little bit further, which is what you want. That's very good. This is a really high transmission. The con to this transmission, or excuse me, the pro to this transmission is the overdrive availability inside the transmission instead of having to do it inside the axle. Now, once somebody comes out with an overdrive gear set for the Element, you'll have the amount will be crazy, I'm sure. So not sure if that's needed or whatever. The other difference is the Element gets you aluminum in the shock. The only thing you got with the Axial was aluminum bodied and the aluminum reservoir, fake reservoir by the way. You did get metal gears inside the transmission, which you do in this one as well. I know we keep harping on this, but the other good thing about the Scx10.2 kit, it had metal hexes. I know that seems really dumb and whatnot, but that seemed like such a really missed opportunity in the Element. Anyway, the other good thing about the Element is it has behind the axle steering. You do not get that with the Axial Scx10.2. It puts it in the front, so you've got something to hit rocks. You do not have that in the front of this. You have just the pumpkin, and the way they made that, it's got a nice little bevel to it. It'll probably slide right over the rocks. You get sliders with both kits. That's really about it. I mean, there's not a lot of difference in between the two, except for the name. And probably aftermarket support. The Axial has so much support now, it's crazy. So now let's move on to the Traxxas Trx-4. Now, I'm not a Traxxas fanboy by any means. I do like Traxxas a lot. I'm a big fan now. I don't like the way they push dealers, and I don't like the way they don't answer my emails. So either way, not a big deal. I bought this a year ago, about the same time frame a year ago. I have not done one single bit of maintenance to it. I've not changed any fluids, nothing in the shocks, nothing. I have not checked it. I have not opened a single part. Only thing I opened was the front diff cover to put the brass one on it, and it still had grease in it, and I didn't really check it any further than that. I just put the cover on it and went on about my business. So, of course, this one has been part of the budget build. Spent $50 a week on it. It's got all kinds of upgrades in it. The motor cover, the motor, the ESC, the battery tray, sliders, the diff cover, my steering link, bumpers, roll cage, servo winch, the whole 9 yards. It's got everything on it. Of course, there's probably more to do, but we'll get into that later. And it has portal axles. Now, the difference in the kit, the only way you can get a kit in the Trx-4 is the builder's kit, and it comes with a sport body. And it comes with all the accessories on the sport body and all that stuff like that. No electronics. Now, I know they did have a builder's kit with the electronics on it. We're not going to talk about that because I don't have the 2-speed or the locking diffs or anything like that. Now, the pros to this deal here is, of course, portals. It gives you more clearance. Now, that's a tough subject, touchy subject for a lot of people. A lot of people don't like them. A lot of people love them. Either way, either or. I think they're great. They work well. if you're doing some competition type crawling, if you're trail riding, these are probably better. Of course, this does very well at trail riding as well. The kit does, I mean, it comes with, and of course you get better rod ends than, of course, any other one. These rod ends last longer than all, and they have metal ball ends in them. The shocks, of course, are top notch. They're far better than any shock on the market, in my opinion. Yes, even more than the Elements. Sorry, guys, but it's the truth. I just feel like they're better. Of course, I mean, that's really about it. You do get, now with the Trx-4, you do get a lower motor. I think it actually sits just about a millimeter or two lower than the 10.2 as far as where it sits in the chassis rails. The battery tray, of course, you need to get a Bauhaus tray because it lowers the battery down even more than stock. Stock one doesn't really lower it down that much as it is. And that's really about it. So I have other chassis, but I don't really want to talk about them. The Gen 7 is it's a decent chassis, because it is a competition style chassis from the get-go. That's pretty cool, different. I have a BRX01 behind me, but that's a super scale, completely different, well above the prices of these cost anyway. So that's something you have to decide you want anyway. I don't have a Gen 8 here, so we can't look at the Gen 8. I assume a Gen 8 is pretty similar to the TRX. They kind of based a lot of stuff off of it as far as like sliders and things like that go. But that's pretty much it. I mean, this is just going to be quick, something to talk about the three different ones. I don't really know, of course, everybody has their preference on what they like and what they want. They want portals, non-portals, custom chassis, which there's plenty of those out there as well. We'll be discussing a Trx-4 custom chassis here in the next couple of weeks. So that's pretty much it. I mean, it all varies and all depends on you. What you like, what you want, what you feel like you need as far as, and of course, another part of that is price point. People like the Gen 7s because they're $200 or, $250 for the Pro. A Gen 8's $300. It's all relative to what you want to spend and what you want to do. And don't let anybody ever tell you to get something because they like it and you don't like it. If you don't like it, don't buy it. Period. All these are great. They're great in their own ways. They all can be upgraded a lot. So why buy something that you don't like? Why buy something that you don't like to begin with? So you buy whatever you like. If you like it, cool. If you get it and don't like it, you can always sell it and try something else. So with that, we'll see you later, guys. Thanks for watching. Hit like, comment, subscribe. Comment at me. Let's talk about chassis. We can do it. I can do videos on other chassis as well. So just let me know and we'll do it. Thanks, everybody.